Right, hello everybody, my name's Ceri Batchelder and I'm here to tell you about the Give It a Go GreenTech event that we've just held over this weekend. So I'm from a project called Team SY, Team South Yorkshire, and for the last 3 years we've been trying to help develop the technology startup ecosystem in South Yorkshire and support the technology startup community. And we're seeing some brilliant companies come through. It's really exciting, and there's a real buzz now across South Yorkshire in this space. But one of the things we're finding is there's not a lot of pipeline coming through of new businesses. And so we've taken it upon ourselves to try and create events and do introductions and things to help those businesses get started. And this was one of our ideas, was to focus on green tech. So it's hot off the press because literally it's just happened. Some people are particularly tired. I didn't do so much, but I'm really grateful that Dennis and Lenka has joined me to do the next parts. Okay, so just a little bit of background. So we wanted to focus it on green technology, and so we had sort of 2 frames of reference. So first of all, the Venn diagram there, sort of working around the center of planet, people and profit, and also with the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. So that was kind of the theming. And to help people kind of understand what some of the challenges were for our cities, region of South Yorkshire and citizens, we did a webinar. So I hosted 5 sustainability experts from across the region, and they really helped set the scene. So everybody who took part in the weekend event had chance to go on this a couple of weeks before to just sort of get them thinking. Actually the solution we're not going to talk about today, but one of the solutions actually was directly related to one of the challenges that Richard Sully from the Mayoral Combined Authority set. So it was a nice thing to do in advance of the event. Sorry, I've just gone there. Okay, and just to introduce the organising team. So I work closely with 2 colleagues, Samantha and Laura. Dennis, you're going to hear from, and also Selena from You and Us Events. And Dennis and Selena in particular, spent 48 hours in the iLab at Sheffield Hallam, and just incredibly dedicated to the cause. So I really think they pulled it out of the bag. And just to quickly mention our partners, this isn't just Team South Yorkshire. There's many people that come together to make these things happen. So it was just to reflect on that. And over to Dennis.
Thank you. Yep, great, thanks. Hi everyone, thanks for giving me the time to present Give It a Go GreenTech, what we did this weekend. So we were inspired by an event called Startup Weekend. This is an event where people get together on a Friday and build businesses until Sunday. They build tech startups, and there is a certain methodology or framework which is followed for that to happen. And we took a lot from that, mixed it with knowledge about hackathons, and created the event that I will show. And how exactly did 17 people get together on Friday for the first time, and by Sunday they've built 5 green tech startups. Well, at least have started building 5 green tech startups. Bottom one, got it? Yep. So what we did on Friday was, first of all, get together for some food and networking, and after that, after an initial presentation, we invited everyone that was there to participate to pitch an idea. We got 50% of the participants to pitch, which was great because it showed a lot of proactiveness in the room, and it also gave a lot of options for the attendees to choose amongst these 8 ideas. In the end, we selected 5 of these ideas to be built, and there were 5 teams that were building those ideas. We finished early on Friday at around 9 p.m., but we had an early start on oops, I made a mistake with the buttons again. Oh, we also on Friday had a keynote speaker, Ashley Tate. He's the CEO of Mina, Mina is one of the most successful green tech startups in Sheffield, which was acquired earlier this year. And Ashley just kind of gave an inspiration with his talk to the participants to build these green tech businesses. And this is what a pitch looked like. As we said, although it was a green tech startup, green tech give it a go weekend and hackathon, it's still a business hackathon. So we kept pretty straightforward template for the pitches. And this was the voting selection process. These were the names that the startup started with at the beginning of the weekend, and I could say that 1, 2, 3. Oh, actually, all 5 of them changed their name by the end of the weekend, and all of them pivoted. So this just speaks about how dynamic really the event is. Then on Saturday we had coaches coming in. So on Saturday is when the majority of the work is being done, and this is the day when we get people to come and really give their time to us for free to support the startups. This is Sam again. We have Sam as well with us today, Carlton and Tom, and then before them it was Thomas, Dee, Elizabeth, and Ben. They all came at a certain point of the time and supported with whatever their area of expertise is. And on Sunday was the day when we had the pitching competition. This is how the weekend ends. All of the teams present a 5-minute pitch to a panel of judges, which consisted of these individuals. And after that, they pick a winner, second and third. And this is the judging criteria that they follow. So it is about customer validations. Can the teams prove that customers actually want the product or service they're working on? Execution and design, what have the teams actually done throughout the weekend? Have they built an MVP? Have they built a website? How sophisticated is it? Can you click on it? Can you register for it? The more, the better, of course. And business model, can the teams prove that they will be able to make money, or have they already made money maybe? Although I haven't seen that happen at a startup weekend or a hackathon yet. And the winners were, third place was for Team Ground Up. As you can see them on the photo, they were looking at a model of collecting coffee waste and turning it into oyster mushrooms, selling it to gourmet restaurants. Second place was for Bloom. You'll hear from Lenka in a second, so I will not spoil what she does. And then the People's Choice Award, and the first place went to the same business, which was Drive Me. Drive Me were looking into creating a platform for shared driving, shared travel between employees at large enterprises. And they won both the People's Choice and the First Place Award. And without further ado, I will now let you hear from one of the founders at the event, and who took second place, Lenka. There you go.
Yeah. Hi. Have you ever wanted to grow your food, to taste the perfectly ripened tomato, to look out of your home to your garden and see beautiful, tidy, productive garden? If you have answered any of those questions yes, you are not alone. There are currently hundreds of thousands of people who love gardening. They would like to have extra allotment, but they are on massive waiting lists. Like the average time in the UK, it's a few years. And this trend is well spotted also in news. Like just last year, the Times reported that the waiting times keep growing. This is especially with also COVID created lots of demand for green spaces. And just last month, the BBC News reported that the allotment rent is going to increase by a significant 400% in Glasgow. The current solution is to be patient. You wait a few years, in London maybe 20, and yeah. The other solution is if you have some space, maybe you are renting, maybe you have some like windowsill, just plant in pots. There start to be also some commercial solutions, which I will talk later about. Our solution is based on an observation that in cities there are many unloved gardens, such as those on the picture. So what we are proposing is a two-sided marketplace which would connect the gardeners with the unloved gardens. So it's very similar to how Airbnb works. So the gardener would pay a rent, like monthly rent, via our platform, and then we connect them to unloved gardens in the area. how we are different, what is our unique selling point, is that we offer also hassle-free management of the relationship. Our solution also supports these sustainable goals. We did also go and interview about 30 customers. Those who already had allotment agreed that the waiting was really long. The people who are waiting, they felt like, oh, I just resigned to the process. People were interested, they were like, oh yeah, I'm using like half of my garden and the other half is, very untidy. They were worried about the privacy, of course. It's like we recognize it as one of the risks and we work on it. But, there are other services like Airbnb or Madogi who already people are willing to share way more of their privacy. The competition, the closest competition to us is allotments, who also links the private gardens to gardeners, but they don't offer this hassle-free. The person with the garden needs to do everything by themselves. Also, the gardener needs to bring their equipment, etc. So we are different in offering the hassle-free layer, and also we are aiming to really create a social impact. We also built a MVP over the weekend. So we created this app where people can register and sign up. So here you can see the screen. And then based on the setting of the user, you can see in your area, you can see the available gardens. And then when you click on it, you can see more details like who is the person offering this garden, where exactly it is, what kind of feature, does it have back gate, water, etc. Our revenue streams, the gardener would pay about 12 minutes. Sorry, I'm just looking. 12 pounds for about 10 square meter garden, and Bloom charges 15%, and we are targeting 3% of those customers who are already waiting on the waiting list, which then brings us to 3 customers for the first year, and that takes us to revenue growth of 130,000 per year. Our roadmap is to work closely with city councils because they have these long waiting lists, and on the other hand of the unloved gardens, we hope to work with social landlords such as Sanctuary, because my co-founder actually has some contacts there because they already have lots of property and lots of gardens, and people could use start gardening. The team, I'm Dr. Lenka Mudrich. I have PhD in AI and robotics, and my co-founder Mark Pierce has 30 years in growing eco-businesses. And yeah, finally, we are looking to people who believe the mission, who want to join us or mentor us or advise us or put us in touch with someone. The future is actually, we also look into building on my background and using IoT technology to offer maybe automatic watering. And also we already know through Mark that agencies, and we heard today, they're looking how to measure biodiversity. So we also want to use IoT tech to be able to say how we are improving the biodiversity in cities. Yeah, that's me. Thank you very much.